Good morning, beautiful people. I'm Alex and this is Ginger Head & Co, my sewing vlog. I wanted to show you Suki Dresses from Tilly and the Buttons book, Make It Simple. And I made two. And the first one is the one that I'm wearing. When I first looked at the pattern, I thought the pattern was going to be the easiest pattern in the world. And it's true, it is super easy. And I thought that I was going to love the dress because it's just my type of a thing. I call them potato sack dresses because they just are like dresses with no waist, but then you can add a belt or ties or whatever to indicate that the waist is that my waist is not my smallest point. So I make the fake waist, but I don't really want to feel restricted there. I want to have the room to breathe and then to feel comfortable. I'm going to use the F word, cover your ears if you don't want to hear that. I don't think they are very flattering, but they're very comfortable. I made two of them. I changed the pattern as I do because I knew I wouldn't really want something precisely as the pattern says. So first of all, I didn't want anything that length, so my dresses are generally shorter. I like long dresses, but I don't wear them a lot, and I never wear anything in between. I just don't like it. I feel grumpy in it, so I kind of become grumpy because I think that I look grumpy. So I live up to my expectations of what I am. So I shortened this one just to make it comfortable for me and more wearable. I made the first one with the sleeves and I changed the seam allowances and I took it in a bit because my fabric has a little bit of stretch and I knew I wanted that. First of all, because I didn't have any proper fabric and a viscose that would be suitable for this pattern that was not stretchy. And this one is like baby scuba, so it's got stretch, but I thought whatever, I'll just make it slightly smaller and it's going to work. I didn't do facings. I made facings first and I took them off, and I shouldn't have even started because I don't like facings. It's not that they pop out, I don't like them. Sometimes I make facings, or well, I do make facings, add facings to my clothes, but not very often, and only when it's absolutely necessary, when I think I can bear that. There is an option of a belt or sash in the book. I kind of thought at first when I looked at it, I thought I would love it, but then I thought no, I wouldn't, because it's too wide and you still have the belt loops and I didn't really want that. So I made something else. In this one, I made a string out of the same fabric. So see, it is stretchy. I added eyelets. I mean, on the wrong side, I put a strip of fabric, just the normal thing. So seam allowances are folded, pressed, then you sew it on the wrong side so that the right side of your panel is visible on the wrong side. Right, and all the raw edges are hidden. Just a simple panel. As I said, I don't think it's super flattering. I don't think it's flattering at all, but because you can't, it's sort of shapeless. Oh, it's a horrible word, but it's very comfortable, and I think how I feel is also very important. The dress is very easy to make. Even without my changes, it would probably take less than 2 hours. I think the timings in the book are fine. They are probably quite accurate. Mine took probably shorter than that. Oh no, I had a problem because I had to clean my machine. I clean my machine at least once a month properly. I clean every single machine at least once a month because I've got it in my calendar as maintenance. When I was sewing the tunnel, my machine started kind of misbehaving, so I thought, it's dirty, and it was dirty, so I cleaned it. And my machine is computerized and you have to reset it after you like unscrew everything and clean it. I'm not sure if you clean your machines like that, but I do. But I thought something went wrong and I forgot to switch it off and on again. That was the silliest mistake, but I panicked. I thought, why isn't it working? So it took me about 2 hours to finally realize that I didn't reset it. That was so stupid, but oh well, you live and learn. By the way, I just remembered that if you want to print off the PDFs from the book, and well, you have to have the book first of all, but you go to page 9, and thank you Lynn, because Lynn pointed me in that direction. On page 9, Tilly explains everything. You go to a website that you've got the website address, and you need your ISBN number, the number that you've got on the book. So you've got the ISBN number here, and you will need that, and you can print your PDFs if you like it that way. To be honest, because the patterns are so simple, it's very easy to trace them off as well. As with most Tilly's patterns, you can make so many changes, like even my change with the eyelets and the ruler loop belt thing. Even that is a little hack. And I also changed my neckline. I mean, I didn't like the facings, and I thought I wanted the neckline to be more like that. So I just cover stitched that, and that's it. And it's much simpler. I should have done it straight away, but I experimented with the facings. I thought maybe I would like it. Maybe I would like the seamless line here, but I didn't. I cover stitched the sleeves as well. But I hammed it with my blind hammer because I just wanted a blind ham. My second Suki dress, and I deserve a medal because I used up all of the fabric that I had. I bought this fabric when I was on holiday, and it's Ponte-Roma, but it's 100% cotton, and it's really good quality, and you can tell it's like smooth, really nice to the touch. You can see that the thread count is really high, but I only had a meter of it, so I didn't know. It was quite wide, but I didn't know if it was going to be enough for anything. I meant to make a top. I remember that it was quite expensive, that's why I only bought a meter, and a meter very often is enough for me to make whatever I want, like a top or a bottom. But I didn't really plan to make a dress out of it, but I did. It is short sleeves, so I didn't add the sleeves here because, well, Suki has grown-on sleeves, so you don't really have to do. It's basically rectangles, right? 2 rectangles. It's like a bikini cover-up. You know, it's very simple to make it. This one was probably the speediest make ever, and that's including matching the stripes. So you know that I match the stripes without anything, so I just try to match them as I sew, and this is a challenge for me, but most of the time it works perfectly. It doesn't always work perfectly, but the more you practice, the better you get. That's what I want. I want to practice because I want to get better. I don't want to rely on tools too much. Said the person who is absolutely obsessed with sewing machines. I want a good sewing machine, but I want to have some skills to use the sewing machine that I've got properly, to use it to the best of its abilities by having my abilities, my skills. So I'm trying to develop skills, and the matching stripes is quite challenging at times, especially because I construct my knits on my overlocker, right? I think it's fine. You can judge for yourself. I think it's all right. And I love this one. I used up every single centimeter of the fabric that I had. I added the belt made of a ruler loop. I like making ruler loops. I know that some people don't like it, but I've got this prim tool. I'll show you. I absolutely love making ruler loops, thanks to the bad boys here in the box. The bad boys who refuse to behave. So these are prim. I don't know if other companies make them. I have the ruler loop turner with the little hook, but I could never get my head around it. It didn't work for me. So, and I've tried different methods. I've tried the thread attached to the end and pulling and all that, and it was a torture for me. So I thought, let's try another one. I think I first heard about them in the Stitch Sisters vlog about presents for Christmas, and I also bought the blade sharpener for my blades, and I'm very happy with them. The recommendations were absolutely brilliant. So I love my loop turners. They're in 3 different sizes, and I like making ruler loops because it's just so easy. It takes me a few minutes to make a ruler loop, which is brilliant. If it's something for you, I can definitely recommend the prim ones because they work for me. They work for me brilliantly, and they are one of my most used tools. As you know, I like my toys. I forgot to tell you something, but the magic of editing will enable me to put that into the same video because I wanted to tell you that I had some scraps of this fabric left, and I decided to make some ruler loops. I made 2. And if you want to, you can do that. You can fit it as a hat. So I'm Just going to change the sleeves by tying the ruler loops here. I add the ruler loops, right? And I've got a different dress. Magic. And it's such a tiny little thing, but it brings me a lot of satisfaction and joy because it's very easy to please me. So that should be tighter, but you get the idea. And now it looks like that. And that's it. If you feel particularly summery, you can wear it like that. And if you don't feel summery, ta-da, right? And a different look. Considering how easy it is to make, you've got another look for about, I don't know, 3 minutes work. Well, that's the dress and it looks very much 70s. I love it, but it's definitely not going to be very formal. It was extremely easy to make. The quickest make this week, definitely. Probably an hour, and that's with stripe matching. But remember that I use my cover stitch, so it makes it faster to cover stitch the neckline. And I don't use any bands or anything. And the sleeves. And in this case, my hem is also cover stitched. So it was very speedy. It's something like, if you ever are in a situation when you need a dress and you don't have one, take a piece of fabric that is rectangular, cut it out in 15 minutes, sew it up in half an hour, and you are ready to go. And obviously I can't really explain how wonderful it feels to have it on. So you might judge the dress as not being totally flattering and not very attractive in the public eye, but public eye doesn't really concern me. It's super comfortable. I know I'm not going to be able to wear it all the time to any occasion, but I am very much in love with the dress. I'm not sure if I'm going to make more. I've got patterns that I probably prefer. If you are fabric stingy like me, if you don't like throwing fabric away, that is a good project for you, because your heart is not going to ache. It's going to be happy because you can use as much as possible. And I can't believe I got it out of my piece of fabric, but I'm short. So if you are tall, you are not getting it out of a meter. No. All in all, I am happy. That's what I wanted to say. And that's probably enough for today. Thank you very much for watching. See you soon. Bye.